You are now dialed in with the Dial Brothers.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to episode 21 of the Dialed In Show. It's season 2. How you doing, Steven?
I'm good. It was raining cats and dogs last night, so I guess I slept well. I don't know. It was raining a lot. How are you?
Good. How was your Memorial Day?
I had to work.
Oh, really? I didn't know
that. Let's jump right in. I know you used in your sermon talking about Don Staley's book. Of course, I'm a big fan. What did you think of the book? We said that we were going to read more books. So we kind of restarted that. It's another book that I got to get that I'm sure we'll talk about. But what did you think of the book? Why do you look like that?
It's a spider on my computer. And y'all know I do not like spiders.
Are you going to kill it?
It's very tiny. I'm hoping it'll just crawl away.
So you're just going to leave a spider on your computer?
Look, we're going to have to restart this whole episode if I touch that spider. So
if it's little, why are you freaking out?
Let's just the book, Uncommon Favor by Don Staley. Overall, for me, it was a good book. It's another book that did this that we read, but I can't think right now. She went a little bit of a different direction than I thought she would. A little bit. And maybe it was just because y'all, Stephen was born in South Carolina. Stephen went to college in South Carolina. Stephen worked in South Carolina. So he knows a lot about Don Staley. I didn't necessarily know a lot about her personal life. Mm-hmm. So all of that was interesting to me. The book fell flat toward the end. That's just my opinion. Mm-hmm. But overall, good book. I would recommend people read it.
Yeah, I mean, definitely for people who don't know about her, you would learn a lot. She has some nuggets in there. I wrote down like 3 quotes. She has some nuggets in there. But maybe the ending's not what you thought, or maybe thought she would bring it back home with the title of the book in the end. Yeah. But I think it was fine. She it's interesting. In one of those chapters, she was praising one of her players that was frustrated about coming off the bench. She transferred to LSU. So when she went, Charlemagne, the guy, when she went to Breakfast Club last week, he asked her about it. Like, you wrote a good bit of a chapter about this girl who now left your team. And she said, I still support her. I want her to do well. But it was just interesting that while I was reading it, I was like, this girl just transferred to LSU. Because Don said she sees her in her. Like, she sees her as a version of her. And now she left. Because she was frustrated.
It's a great... And follow what I'm saying. I was about to say it's a great underdog story type of book. Not underdog as in she
was an underdog in a way.
Not athletically, but because she was a female. So it's a great book of overcoming. You know, you starting off in certain circumstances and then ending somewhere else. My favorite chapter was You're in the Room for a Reason. Now move it. Now that was my favorite chapter. Toward the end of the book. Yeah. But
I mean, the book got better in my opinion in the latter chapters. But there were some, like I said, there were some nuggets throughout the book. But yeah, it got better through the latter chapters. Like you said, I thought she was maybe going to go a different way with. We talked offline about that last chapter. I think the last chapter title, the one that said God Bats Last, I thought it might have went a different way, but overall, I think it was fine. It's a quick read. I don't like reading long books, so if you got $20, go buy it.
Yeah, and books are everything is, but books are getting more and more expensive.
Are they?
Yes. Our new book of the week, and really, I plan on this book. I think is going to
hold on. We're reading a book in a week.
Well, I told myself I want to challenge myself.
I mean, I can try to read it in a week.
Well, not necessarily this one because of what it's about, but this one I think I might read slower. But I want to read a biography or memoir or something every week.
Oof. You know, that's more money.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's become a hobby and for me, I think just because in YouTube, but just because of my profession, I think it can give me content. So
yeah, that's context or content.
Content.
Clearly.
Yeah, not really.
Well,
content.
I got to see how many pages is Bill Belichick's book. It's called The Art of Winning.
That sounds like a Trump book.
I know it was an interesting title that he used, but I don't know how long it is. But so I'll and y'all, if y'all have some book recommendations, let us know. I can't read I can't read fiction, so give
Yeah.
books about real people or something that happened.
Yeah, so or for me, it needed to be a like you said, a biography or a historical type of book, or even
That's all I read.
a self help book. I don't mind reading those. Like there's one
Yeah.
I might start reading that this week. It's by Mel Robbins called "Let Them" is the title of the book. So y'all do this with us, okay? The next book, well, a book that we're gonna probably read over the next couple of weeks is called Original Sin.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of don't even want to promote the book because now it's like
We're not promoting the book, we're talking about the book.
yeah. So if you want to follow along with us in our conversations about the book, you should order it. And that's not me telling you to buy it because I don't necessarily want you to buy it, but you got to buy it to read it, I guess.
Right.
Y'all know Jake Tapper from CNN, him and some probably ghost writer, but it's not a ghost because
No, dude, he's been on camera. I forget what he does, but he's a journalist as well.
they've put together a combination of journalistic research into a book titled Original Sin about our former president, Joe Biden, and how I can't use the word of the first chapter.
Oh, yeah. Isn't it F word or something?
Yes.
It says he effed us or something?
Yes.
Yeah.
So the book, just to give you an idea, now there are some who are saying that you need to read the book before judging the book.
I mean, you
But
should read anything before judging it, right?
But you don't title it Original Sin. Don't put a picture of him looking bad on the cover. Don't make the first chapter be he effed us. It's difficult to see all of that and not think that it's a hit piece, to not think that it's a negative book.
And let's give some context. And we talked about this offline. So when Micah originally told me he started reading it, he's like, "Oh, it seems like a hit piece," and I'm like, "Well, is it a hit piece if it's accurate?" And so that sparked a conversation and we kind of came to a little resolution offline of you're calling it a hit piece because my rebuttal to Micah was last week. Okay, well, these are journalists. They're going to source and source and source. They're not just going to print a book that has all these allegations in it. Now, some people do, but Jake Tapper's not. And so, with that in mind, they had to get multiple sources for the information. And Micah, you said offline this morning that makes it worse because, and someone else said this. Someone else said this recently on TV, but so that means they confirmed all this information before, while they were writing the book. So why didn't you publish that information as a journalist? Why didn't you publish that information when you confirmed it? Now that does seem a little weird because it's in a book, so that means you confirmed it. The book wasn't printed 2 weeks ago. Is what I'm saying. So.
And CNN has been allowing him to promote this for
on the other networks, yeah,
quite some time.
Yeah.
My whole thing is a big part of the argument, especially our friends on the right, and I'm not saying Jake Tapper is on the right, but I'm just saying is that the Biden administration hid this information. Again, we're talking about Biden having cancer, that they hid a lot, or in other things too.
Yeah,
but that they hid this information. Here's my issue, and why I'm calling it a hit piece is because the same thing that y'all are saying, not Jake Tapper is not necessarily saying this, even though I think they do say in some of these promotional videos that the Biden administration hid this stuff. My issue is, okay, you're making a point of that the Biden administration allegedly hid these things. You, as journalists, intentionally hid it so that you could put it in a book to make money. You're no better. You're no better than whatever you're saying that the Biden administration did. So I'm just saying, I'm not even necessarily mad that the so-called, because I don't know if it's true or not. It probably is, but that the so-called truth is coming out. My thing is, there's more than one way to tell the truth. And I just don't like the way that they packaged this. They packaged this to bring him down, so much so.
But is it to bring him down if he was already down?
I believe in my heart.
If the book came out during the campaign, I would see that as a hit piece. You know what I'm saying? Like before he dropped out, if the book
Maybe it
came out,
wasn't ready.
that's a hit piece. But you get what I'm saying? That's a hit piece.
Yeah.
Calling it Original Sin and the man is running for re-election, I think that is a hit piece. He's already down. He lost. Like his career is
But
over.
still,
know what
you're
I'm saying?
you're to me all the more reason to just not worry about it. Because now you're tainting his character. You're tainting his character. Him and his
I don't think his
drug
character.
addict son.
Maybe you're tainting his legacy, not character.
Well, yeah, his well, if you call him a liar.
That's
But yeah,
legacy, not. Well, yeah.
and then his drug addict son, Trump,
Hunter.
DOJ, and them talking they reopened an investigation to cocaine allegedly found in the White House. Like, man, either way, I think for sure a week or two ago, Joe Biden would not have announced he had cancer if this book wasn't about to come out.
Yes, I agree.
And Joe Biden's probably known about this book since last year.
Yeah.
I think that's part of why he dropped out because he thought stuff was about to leak. That's
That could be true.
So
That could be true.
it's I think it's impressive though. I've said this before, and I'm not saying that you should lie, but I think it's impressive that you could
Okay, but this is
hide.
not the first time a president has hid information.
But still,
We don't know what Trump has hidden. We don't know what Obama has hidden.
Yeah.
Think about JFK hid his illness. Like
I know, but
people
think
do
about
this.
it. JFK, there was no social media.
Yeah.
There was no cell phones. So okay, you just make sure the paper don't print it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, but with this,
Because
any
those
little body
people
could have
sign
put something.
NDAs. They might have signed NDAs.
That's just impressive to me. So y'all, we're back on our book journey, and we hope that you join us. But go grab Uncommon Favor, and if you get the hard copy, the even though I always do, you keep the sleeves of your book, like the outside the sleeve?
Why would I throw it away?
I hate those things.
Oh, you take it off while you're reading?
Yes, that's the first thing I do.
Because I use the front sleeve as a bookmark.
No, I just fold the top of the page.
What? Just use the front sleeve.
No, I hate those things. I always take them off.
Why?
And most of them I throw away.
Why? Why would you throw away the cover of a book?
I don't like them. I don't like those things.
Okay, but you're no longer reading it, so now you just got a black book sitting somewhere.
Because by the time I finish, I'm like, I don't know what I did with it, or I don't know. I was bringing that up to say the back of it feels like a basketball.
Mm-hmm. That was creative.
Yeah. And
I'm mad Dawn didn't send me a little care package. She sent certain people Plies, a care package. You got the book, a sweater, some candy, one of the bead necklaces. I wasn't on the list.
Oh, wow. She sent all that?
Yeah.
Oh.
And it's signed, of course. Yeah, I ain't get none of that.
Well, somebody send this to Coach Staley and tell her it's been Dawn Staley week. I preached. She was in my sermon on Sunday. She's in the podcast today. Stephen loves her. Really, she should. I know they got a couple tickets to a game next year. Give us some tickets and let us come take a picture with you.
We'll bring our cousin Gucci Man.
Moving on. What's your favorite soda, Steven?
So my favorite soda is Coke. I'm from Atlanta. But I don't drink soda a lot, which is good for me because I love soda. I really only drink soda when I go home nowadays. I mean, depending if I go to McDonald's or something. But my favorite soda is Coke. What is yours?
Like you, I don't buy soda anymore, but I drank a lot of soda yesterday. I love me a good pineapple Fanta.
My favorite drink growing up was Sprite.
Or orange Fanta. Yeah, I drank Sprite yesterday. It's definitely not Coke. Isn't my favorite.
Go ahead.
I like something flavorful, like fruity. I used to, when I was in college, I drank a Pepsi like every day. I used to love Pepsi.
Pepsi's too sweet. It used to be a big conversation about Coke was always number one, Pepsi was number two. I don't know if it happened last year or 2 years ago, but Dr. Pepper knocked Pepsi out of number two. And then The people who do the ranking every year, what are they called? It's something digest. I thought I wrote it down, but they do the ranking every year, and this week they came out with the new ranking. Pepsi is not number 2 anymore, and they're not number 3 anymore. The ranking is Coke. What is it? Dr. Pepper, Sprite, and Pepsi. Does that shock you?
The Dr. Pepper, yes.
People people here in Texas love Dr. Pepper.
Mom drinks Diet Dr. Pepper every day.
She drinks Diet Root Beer every day.
Oh yeah, sure do. But she drink Diet Dr. Pepper too.
I've never seen the Dr. Pepper in the house.
Yeah, put it in the comments, Mom. You drink Diet Dr.
I
Pepper.
don't know. I'm the one who be filling the fridge. I don't see no Dr. Pepper.
She drank Dr. Pepper, and one of the twins was drinking a cream something Dr. Pepper. It was like cream flavored. I don't know. I'm not a big Dr. Pepper fan. I would drink
Nothing's wrong with Dr. Pepper. It's a different taste.
It's like Dr. Pepper is like we couldn't make Coke and we couldn't make Pepsi, so we tried.
Some people say it's Coke and Pepsi mixed together.
That's what I was about to say, but it's like, I don't know. I don't know. And
you drank Pepsi all through college? Yuck.
Yes, man. I thought you said Pepsi's sweet. I love Pepsi. I haven't drank a Pepsi in a minute, but yeah, I think
there's a case of Pepsi in Mom's garage that's been there since they moved in the house.
Well,
I think it's cherry Pepsi though.
Oh, that's probably why I haven't tasted it, because I'm not a big fan of altering.
Well, you said you like fruit drinks,
but I'm saying certain things like I don't drink cherry Coke. I think a Coke should just be a Coke. Or they make watermelon Sprite. No, just give me Sprite.
Historically, this is weird. Historically, some black people align more with Pepsi because they advertised to black people. They included black people in their advertisements back in the day. But I mean, we're from Georgia. It's Coke country, man.
Fun fact, since we talk about blacks in advertisement, do you all know the first company, like major company, I
used to know this answer. Go ahead.
You should know, have a black person in their commercial.
What is it?
Dial Soap. They're the first
ever. I don't think they're the first of any company.
Any like major company on like a major ad. I think like TV ad. Yeah. I think I'm right about that.
I don't know if that's true. Because is Pepsi as old as Dial Soap? Because Pepsi used to
I don't know.
Have black people.
But on the Dowden show, that's the answer. So
you can't give fake news if that's not the answer.
They printing books with fake news. Let this have been Trump. He was like fake news.
People have done books on Trump that people said were hit pieces.
Fake news. Man, what is the man? I think from NBC. I was watching the day that I think this president from South Africa might have been that day. I don't know. And Donald Trump, he's so mean to reporters. And he got one more time to say something mean to Caitlyn. He's so mean. And that's not, we live in America. It's not supposed to be like that. I'm sorry. I went off on a little thing. Oh, well, you know him. I can't think of his name. He's kind of tall. I think he's for NBC. But he was just saying that he's normally he'll try and attack
Peter Alexander.
I think so. Normally he'll try and attack the network you work for, the news station. But he kept attacking him. He said, You're just horrible. You're a horrible journalist, if you can be called that. You're just horrible. And he tried to ask another question. I said, be quiet. No. Horrible. It's like, man. Yeah. Now, Caitlyn, he kept saying she's from just that awful network. And then somebody tried to ask him a question, and he said, where are you from? And they said it. He said, I don't even know what that is. Next.
Different times. All right. Rest in peace to the penny. The U.S. Mint said they're going to stop printing pennies next year. I don't know last time I touched a penny.
I think I did the other day because I had to give cash. I ain't had no money on my card.
Cash?
Yeah. and they gave me change back. Here's my thing. I'm not one of these people, and Steven isn't either, but he's also a journalist, and we know how they are.
Oh wow.
I'm not one of these people who I'm just anti every single thing Trump does because Trump did it.
This ain't got nothing to do with Trump.
Yes, it does. Well, he takes credit for everything. He said that he the one told him stop printing these pennies.
It costs more than a penny to make a penny.
According to the article, it costs 4 cents, so 4 pennies to make 1 penny.
That's
That
crazy.
makes perfect sense to stop. Sense.
I
No
agree.
pun intended. Even though I know it's a different SEN.
No, I agree. But then, okay, so that means they did some research. That means they believe there's enough pennies in circulation to. I mean, think about it. So, aren't you eventually going to have wrong change?
Eventually, yeah, you're gonna have to, because then everything's gonna be rounded to 5.
Mm-hmm. Then
Which-
they're gonna do away with that. Do
Yeah,
away with the nickel.
we're gonna, and this is a whole nother argument. At some point, we're gonna move to a digital currency completely.
Yeah.
But some people, especially right wing people, don't like that because they're saying then the government or the banks
take your money.
control. Yeah, they control your money.
Mm-hmm.
But to be real, they control it now. Who have all their
Mhm.
money in cash?
Right. And we already know banks use our money banks use your money to front stuff and then just give you your money back, basically.
Which is why, and then they would for sure do things to avoid this. If everybody at the same time ever went to go and withdraw their
They wouldn't
bank
have the
balance,
money.
they would not be able to give it to you.
Mm-hmm.
All banks are
But
doing,
they'll be able to give me mine because I ain't got the money.
all banks are doing is taking your money and giving it to somebody else,
Yeah.
taking their money and giving it to you. They just moving money around.
Right.
That's it.
That is true.
It's like, man, let me start a bank.
Have you been following this story out of New Orleans with the escaped inmates? People have been making social media videos. People have been taking bets on which person is going to get captured last. The latest news Monday was a couple more got captured. Now only 10 remain. I mean, not 10, only two are still on the loose.
I've not been really following it. I've been hearing people talk about it, but I think, well, I guess I shouldn't say what I was about to say. I was about to say kudos to them for not getting caught. Like, run, Forrest, run.
They got caught within days.
I'm talking about the 2 that are still out.
Yeah, but I think it's been almost 2 weeks. So they've arrested multiple people who they said have helped them. One dude was the plumber at the jail. They're accusing him of basically loosening the toilet or something for them to get out, and like some people for transporting them. One dude was caught sleeping on a bus stop. Like, if you're gonna escape, the escaping was the easy part. You got the plan of
Where are you gonna go?
yeah. One dude went to doggone Bourbon Street. Why would you go to the place with the most cameras, the most popular place in New Orleans?
We realized quickly why some of them are locked up.
Yeah.
Don't have the most common sense.
Like, you should be in another state by now.
These lads too, they got the hell on. they
in
gone.
Alabama, huh?
Or somewhere. They might be in Dallas with you. Look, they had a plan. Those 2 are probably the 2 who started all of this, and they used the other 10 to just be distraction. They said these idiots are gonna get caught. We going to Canada. Follow the Underground Railroad.
Oh my God! They're not on no Underground Railroad, sir. They take offense to that. Okay, I take offense to that.
Well, it was Portia Williams, who's on the Housewives of Atlanta years ago. She's related to Hosea Williams, I think.
That's her granddad.
Yeah, and they went to this church that was part of the slavery or something, and they said that something was under the church, and she thought the Underground Railroad was really underground.
And they looked at her like, I don't know if it was Nene or someone who said, "Your granddad's Hosea Williams."
She thought this was some El Chapo type stuff that they dug a tunnel from Alabama to New Jersey.
Oh boy, so
Man.
dumb, so dumb.
But I think it was a show I watched. I don't remember if it was on HBO, Netflix, whatever. But it was this woman who worked in the jail and in the prison, and she helped these two inmates escape. And it ended bad. Everybody either ended up dead or back in prison. But
See, if I escape, I just kill me.
because now you for sure not getting out.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, you better go do everything that you like, because you really ain't getting out. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, are you shocked that it happened?
That they escaped.
Yeah.
I think something like this, and people might run with what I'm about to say. I think something like this should happen every blue moon because it shows for the people who work there, the warden or whatever, the sheriff, whoever, it shows your weak spot.
Mm.
So I think I wouldn't mind if one person escaped every 5 years, just so I could know how did he get out? Because if they did it, somebody else could do it.
Yeah.
But I don't know of a lot of people that escape without help. I think.
Oh, everybody has to have help.
Yeah, I think. But then that makes you wonder what was in it for this plumber.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. He loosened the toilet. He took that urinal off the wall. He did it. Yes, he did.
You can't say that he did it. We don't know.
Okay. I don't know that nothing in his original sin book is true. All I know is Joe Biden now said he have prostate cancer. But I hope that they catch these last two. Obviously, they're criminals. They did something wrong. They deserve to be there, especially Mr. Massey. He looks a little scary. Whatever he was in there for, he did it.
Micah, you can't say that. You cannot. Now I need to look up what the man did, because some were charged with attempted murder and stuff. Let's see what Matt. You talking about he did it? You can't just say that.
Look at him.
You can't. That's called profiling, sir.
Well, that why I shouldn't be no police officer because
God,
he did it. Now, Mr. Groves, he look like he could be a decent gentleman, possibly, but
Micah, you can't say that. You talking about he did it? I'm trying to. So Derek Groves and Antoine Massey remain at large. I'm trying to see what they're charged with. I'm just shocked that you said he did it, dog.
now they about to be charged with fleeing, aiding, and abetting, and
Two were caught in Texas, which is not far. Now I can't move on. Now I gotta see what charged with. Which one did you say?
Antoine T. Massey or Macy.
I think it's Massey.
I mean, he got tattoos all across his face.
But you said he did it. You don't know what he's charged with.
I don't have to know. He did it. Yeah.
Stop saying that.
And then Kendall Miles, they took a picture with him with a camera from 40 years ago.
He might have been in there from 40 years ago.
Y'all go look at the pictures of these inmates.
Okay. Antoine Massey is no stranger to breakouts. The 33-year-old has a history of escaping dating back to 2007, according to CNN.
I told you it was his plan.
It says when he broke out of a New Orleans juvenile detention center after being arrested for armed robbery and aggravated assault, according to NOLA.com. A broken lock at the center allowed Massey, then 15 years old, and 5 other juveniles to access metal shackless, I don't know what that is, which they used to shatter a window and escape, according to NOLA.com. 2 years later, Massey faced a charge of attempting simple escape in the Orleans parish. They don't call their areas counties, it's parishes. CNN reached out to the parish sheriff for more details about the circumstances. At 27, Massey and another inmate broke out of a detention center in northern Louisiana in broad daylight by cutting and slipping under a chain link fence in the exercise yard. Massey has also twice cut off an ankle monitor, according to an employee with the company that monitors ankle monitors. So yeah, this guy has a history.
So I was right. And I didn't know none of that. You can look at him and just tell. I was right. But listen, this is my thing. At what point, and I believe in once you serve your time, you should be able to return to society, all that. But at what point do you just throw away the key?
Oh, well, they're gonna get the key thrown away now.
And somebody like him who has literally his whole record is him escaping.
Yeah.
Why y'all ain't have him in a straight jacket?
Micah.
I'm just saying, he's proven that he's smart.
Yeah, he's smart.
How you done escape starting at 15? That's where he got his initial motivation. How you from 15, he's escaped some type of law enforcement 4 times.
Yeah.
That's got to be a record.
The other guy is was he convicted? He's convicted of killing someone in 2018 during Mardi Gras.
Dang. So Massey, he deserves to be wherever he is because he just keep outsmarting the system, and he ain't done nothing but rob somebody. They need to catch this.
Well,
Mr.
aggravated
Grove,
assault means rob someone with a gun.
but he didn't kill him. But Mr. Groves need to be caught. He needs to be caught. He probably was buddies with Massey, and he's just relying on Massey's smarts. Massey, I don't think gonna get caught this time. He's somewhere right now starting his tattoo removal process, getting tattoos off his face. Right now. He probably bald headed now and everything. See, if I was able to escape jail or prison, I wouldn't get caught. I know how to get away.
How would you know how to get away?
First of all, you need to get as far away as possible. Like you said, them idiots going to bus stops in Bourbon Street and stuff. No, you need to get out of town. You need to go to some hick country backwoods town, but preferably because y'all do know that there's backwoods black towns, not just white. You need to find a black one, not a white one, because you're gonna stand out. You need to change your clothes. You need to change all of these people, or the vast majority of them, they got dreads or something. Cut those off. You need to look different. And then, really, if you can get out the country, that'd be better.
You should listen to, sometimes I listen to Sisters Who Kill podcast. Is these two, have you heard it? Is these two black women, they do murder podcasts, but only about black women who kill people, because people don't talk a lot about female murderers. But at the end of every show, they do I didn't do it, but if I did, that's literally what you just did. Talked about. You ain't in jail, but if you did escape from jail,
like let's say a jail here in a prison. No, not jail, prison.
They are in jail. That wasn't a prison.
Oh, okay, so put me up there on Memorial Drive, and really, no, let me not even do that scenario because I know people here. Let me not do that scenario. But if I was in a jail somewhere else in Georgia, I would, and all these things have to be lined up, right? I would figure out a way. I would need somebody to get me a car. Okay.
So and you got someone who's an accessory to your escape.
Yes. And it would need to already have a full tank of gas. But it needs to be a car that can get me at least like 4 states away. I don't need to have to be stopping for gas in South Carolina. Like I need to be able to go a good little distance.
Okay.
Then when I do, make sure you stop in like, a small town to get gas. Don't go no quick trip. No. Get gas.
With what money?
They need to leave me some cash in the glove compartment.
So you really making them about to get arrested.
And then I'm going to drive until I get to like Niagara Falls.
Okay.
And, You're gonna have to just thug it out for a while. Go camping, and then so don't escape in the winter. Mm-mm. And then find a way to get to Canada. And they don't like us right now, so they'll help me. I just walk in and say, "Forget America," and they can say, "Welcome." But yeah, nah. Either that or try and find some Hispanic people to go be with.
Oh my God! What?
I'm
What
talking
are
like
you
real
talking
Hispanic people, not like some Mexicans or something. Not like American Hispanic people. I'm talking about some
about?
free people.
I'm on pins and needles every time this boy opens his mouth. Okay.
Our great illustrious president, his birthday's coming up.
Yes.
He's gonna be what, 78, 9?
I don't know.
I think
He's
I
gonna
think
be old.
78, but I don't know. He's gonna have a very expensive military parade, army parade.
And he's saying he's doing it for the birthday of the army, but it just happens to also be on his birthday. The thought is he wants a military parade like some leaders in other countries have, basically.
But those people, excuse me, those people typically, most of them,
He's 78. He'll be 79.
those people most of the time are dictators, Mr. Trump. They do it to flex their muscles, if you will, to say,
So he's flexing Americans' muscles.
he's flexing his muscles. I could see if, to me, and you're right, like you're saying, he's trying to say that it's the founding of the army or whatever. But I could see if it's the United States Army's 250th birthday. I could see if it was in like October, like if it was nowhere near anything tied to him. But you're doing it for your birthday, like you're making this be about you. You're not
He's doing it for the army's birthday.
You're not Putin or Xi Jinping, whatever his name is, or
You don't know no more leaders. Don't.
no,
Don't
I
start.
can't. I haven't heard his name in a long time. From North Korea,
Kim Jong Il.
yeah, Kim Jong Un.
He's ill. I thought it's He's
Or Fidel Castro.
Fidel is dead.
I know Trump is gonna be dead one day. So it's giving that kind of a vibe. Now, he made a statement the other day I was a little shocked by about Putin. He was saying that he's starting to get upset with Putin because Putin is not playing fair over there with Ukraine. And he don't like Zelensky. I'm talking about Trump don't like Zelensky. But it's all, I don't think any other world leader of a minority country in their right mind should go to the Oval Office with Donald Trump, because he's really making a fool out of people. The way that he did Zelensky, the way that he did the president of South Africa, it's like, don't go in there and let him play you like that.
Well, but they're also playing politics. They gotta kiss the ring of the person who's paying their checks.
Forget him. You're not about to make me seem like, okay, y'all, Donald Trump has basically said, if you, and this isn't exactly what it is, but if you're not white, you can't come into America. And he has put a blockade on a whole lot of countries around the world. But in particular, in South Africa, he's giving refugee status to only, listen to me, and I'm not making this up. You can go read it. This is real. To only white South Africans, or the Afrikaners, whatever you want to call them. That is flat out racist. Now, in his defense, but I'm not defending him, I'm just trying to tell you what he would tell you. They are being killed. It's like a genocide. That they're in danger. It's just crazy. And Elon Musk, in case you didn't know, people, is a white South Afrikaner. His daddy was racist. His granddaddy was racist.
Oh,
they are. Go watch. It's all kind of stuff you can go watch about Elon Musk, and it's crazy. So the society we live in right now, that we literally have a borderline dictator.
Mm.
He doesn't listen. Just think, I want people to understand as we are coming out of Memorial Day, heading into 4th of July,
Mm-hmm.
you have a president who doesn't listen to the Supreme Court, even though they say they do, but that he does not listen to the Supreme Court, the highest court in the land. You have a president who, on his birthday, is about to have, allegedly, it's costing millions and millions of dollars to put on.
It's gonna cost millions. He said it is for the Army's birthday that happens to be on his birthday.
A parade showing off the military, and you know he's gonna walk around like all those dictators do. You know how they got the whole army lined up and they do their marching. Y'all,
They do the parade for the inauguration.
Okay,
well,
that's
he wanted
different.
that, or did they do that? Did they do that?
So
I remember he wanted like the military. Maybe they didn't do it for inauguration.
y'all, this is like a dictatorship.
We'll have to see. I got to see. We'll have to see how it turns out. All
What
right.
just doesn't need to happen is JD Vance does not need to become president in the next election.
We ain't even there yet, bro. We're not even there yet.
I don't even think he like Usher, whatever her name is.
With that, thank you for watching episode 21 of The Dowd and Joe. We'll see you same time, same place next week. Jesus
Bye,
Christ.
y'all.